G'day, my name is Mark and I build stuff out of pallet wood and recycled timber. This build is a 90cm coffee table, so it's all pallet wood on the top and down the bottom is some reclaimed timber, some stuff I found in the trash out the back dock of Bunnings. So the first step is always to rip the timber down to about the same width. I'll then sort it through, I'll get some different thicknesses and colours so it looks nice and random, then start the glue up process. If you want to see some more videos of how I make these slabs, you should check out my dining table video. It's a 2.7 metre slab where I go into a bit more detail and a bit more information on how I actually make these slabs. So for the frame, I've got this really nice chunky wood, which was all thrown out, which is cool. So I'm going to chop everything I need to the sizes and then going to take it over to the table saw and then rip off a bit so I get a nice square profile. Once the pallet wood slabs are all flattened, I'll then rip this edge off to get it nice and square. That'll make the glue up process nice and easy. So I've made this little jig for my table saw so I can cut the vertical cuts on these posts. I'm doing half lap joinery, so once the verticals are done, I'll then put this my table saw sled on and I'll cross cut the horizontal cuts and you'll end up with a pretty neat half lap joint. I'm now going to do half laps on the cross beam, so I'm going to use the table saw to remove all that material and then just use the chisel to clean it up. I've always liked to cut just inside the line, then take it back onto the table saw and just take a little bit off at a time to end up with a nice flush joint like this. I've got all my pieces now. All I'm going to do is simply glue, clamp and screw. Make sure you check it's nice and square as you go, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do the top bit with a bit of fake joinery. Now for the top part of the frame, because I don't require the structure of that crossover half lap, I'm basically just going to chop my final piece in half and glue it on the ends and then just clamp it across. Alright, the fun part, we're going to cut this circle with a router. One of the simplest jigs you can make. You simply screw a bit of board on. You have a screw as your center point for your radius. You want to get yourself a router bit that's nice and long and nice and strong. So my slabs are about 5 centimeters thick. I picked this one up. It's a carby tool bit. It's been awesome. And then it's just a matter of doing some circle work. Take your time, just do a little bit at a time. It honestly only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to make your way through this slab. So I'm now going to attach a frame to the tabletop. So I'll just take a 10mm bit, drill some holes. I'll then screw through those holes so that the screws bite into the tabletop. I'm also going to glue this frame to the top as well. And that's a wrap. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Just like to point out, I also have an Instagram page where I'm pretty much posting something every day. Head on over there if you want to have a chat and see how I make other stuff. And I also want to point out I am a YouTube newbie, so any support you can give me, like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, it's very much appreciated. As you can see, all those numbers, they're not very big, but looking forward to making this thing grow. Cheers.